recording is on. So Shruti, so I will request you to please brief the audience about the first session, and that first session on document intelligent document processing, and then please proceed with the second session today. Thank you. Over to you, Shruti.
Thank you so much, Vikas. So, hello everyone, I'm Shruti. So, thank you for joining our second session on intelligent document processing. So, just in case if you have missed the first session, what we covered in first session is what IDP is, what are its benefits, and we also saw a quick demo on how do we create our very first document action, publish it to Exchange, is what we have seen so far. So just to give a quick recap on what IDP is. So IDP is nothing but it is a tool where you can put in your documents and extract data out of it. So when I say documents, it can be PDF or a JPG image files. So after you upload the file into the IDP, which is either in the unstructured or the semi-structured data, you will be getting a structured JSON object out of the IDP. And later, this data can be used to integrate within your Mule flows or use it in RPA, or it is also compatible with all the Salesforce clouds. So you can take it forward after you have the data out of IDP. And the benefits, as we discussed last time, is since this is mostly a UI based tool, and you will not need too much of coding into it. You just have to upload the files with all the clicks, and then it is done. And it is also very much easier and faster to extract the data out of it because it is AI powered. In the background, it uses Einstein AI, which is trained with all the natural language machine languages, and this will give the required data out of the documents. And the two use cases that we spoke of was one on the insurance claim process. Just a brief about insurance claim processing is so during any medical situations, we would be raising for insurance, right? So for that, we will have to upload some of our documents, and insurance gets approved only after all your documents are thoroughly verified and approved. You get back your insurance amount. So for that, instead of waiting for all the manual process to finish, you can directly upload these documents. Uh, you, in the sense, once we have the documents, all the required insurance documents, these documents can be passed into IDP, and within few seconds, you would be getting the result out of it, and we can push it to the relevant end systems. And from there, it is easy for us to just quickly go through it and approve. So the entire claim processing is faster. And next was on the supply chain management. So it's nothing but a retail domain, I would say. So we usually have these purchase orders and invoices associated with every purchase that we do online or offline. And just in case you want to return your product for any reason, then maybe the supplier can have a list or a file or a folder where all these purchase orders are stored, and consume from the folder all these files and process it just for further analysis as to what sort of products are being returned, or what are the major issues that customers are facing with a particular product. So it's easy for extraction of data when we have too many files that are to be analyzed and processed. So in continuation to the retail the domain that we spoke of, so one use case that we can build out of it is either have a say I am getting a Gmail notification with a document attached in it. So just in case if you do not open the email, then our MuleSoft can read the attachment, download it, and then you can submit it to the IDP. uh, and in turn, when I say IDP, it's nothing but the document action, where the document action would use the AI model, extract all the information for us, and it would also check for this confidence score. So when I say confidence score, it is nothing but how accurately a particular value has been extracted out of the document. So if the confidence score is met, then we can insert it into the database. If it's not satisfied the confidence score, it will send out a email notification to the reviewers. So we can have either one or a team of reviewers who can be reviewing our document, and once it is approved, it goes back to the database. So we can be designing in such a way that our end-to-end process works seamlessly with the use of our MuleSoft flows and IDP. So in the demo, yeah. So as discussed last time, to have access to intelligent document processing, you must be having the automation bundle subscription. Only then you would have IDP coming up here and you can start using it. And you will have to give all the required permissions for the user that would be using IDP. So for that, in the access management, we have given the required permissions for the user. So let's wait for this to load. I'll quickly show you the permissions that we have given last time. So under the document actions, there were three. Let me, yeah. So under the document actions, there are three permissions that I should be giving, which is all checked. And along with that, I've also created a connected app for my IDP by giving this execute publish action. So by creating this connected app, it is easy for me to connect directly to the document action and either push the document to the document action or consume the output out of it. So once I have these two steps done, here in the document action, what we saw last time is we can create either invoice or purchase order type of document action, which is a predefined template. So if your document falls outside invoice or purchase order, then you can be using generic action where you can be uploading any of your documents and get the results based on what you would be querying. So we had used the purchase order. So I'll open the one that we created last time, which was standard PO. Yeah. So once I have created my document action, I would be selecting the file. So last time there was one question regarding the signature. So I've just found a document here which has a signature in it. So I'll run it as well. So what happens is if the signature exists, then it would say true. If the signature does not exist, it says not found. So that is the answer for the last time question. So you see we have a signature here. So it just says true or false for the signature. And not all fields that we see here, which are basically, I said it's a predefined template, right? So not all fields that we get here would have values to it. So you can either hide or unhide it based on your requirements. You can also be marking a particular field as required. So if the particular field marked as required does not have a value in it, then it would go for a manual review. So the reviewer can then decide whether they want to move it further or reject it. And the confidence score that I was talking about, by default, it is 80%. We can either increase or decrease it. And this confidence score is very specific to the values that we are extracting from the document. So anything saying that, like, how do I put it? So maybe like how accurate the document is, we are not sure, but this confidence score is only about extraction from the given document. And then in the table part is nothing but all the list of items that we have for a particular purchase order. And in the prompts, we can be querying our own questions, and the Einstein AI would give us the result out of it. So for example, I say give me the PO number, then it gives a PO number here, which is 9000052, and the confidence score is 98%. So it's pretty confident that it is a right value. So there was also another question asked last time, if it is possible to get only like the first three digits, anything like that. But right now, IDP does not support any such extractions, but probably in future we can be expecting it coming. So right now this isn't there. Maybe a straightforward or a little complex queries are answered by the Einstein AI. So once you think it looks good for you, I have just deleted that. You can be saving and publishing it. And after publishing it, it can be either consumed via flows or through RPA. We'll just see how it can be consumed through flows in today's call. And RPA, probably we can explore it later. Honestly, even I haven't explored much on RPA. So we'll quickly go through on how this can be consumed through RPA. And yeah, there was also another question related to OCR and IDP. So uh, OCR is basically nothing but you have a PDF document or an image. It is just converted into an editable format, so that you can perform any searches on the edited document. But IDP is more advanced, uh, where it uses OCR in it, but uh, but you can be querying and asking questions. So IDP, as I said earlier, it uses this natural language processing and machine language, Einstein AI, right? So you can query the document. It actually analyzes, understands what is there in the document, and gives you back the results. So that's the difference between OCR and IDP. It's the improved or the advanced version using OCR, but along with the AI capabilities. So that's it. And yeah, after you have published your document action, you would be able to see that in your exchange. So for every document action that we publish to exchange would have two endpoints, post and get endpoint. Post is nothing but where you would be pushing your document into pushing your document for it to be processed by the Einstein AI, which is nothing but the document action would be processing it for you. So once you have pushed it, you would be getting an execution ID associated with it. And just to test it here, we'll just have to select the server name, select the file that we have, and give the client ID, client secret, select the authorization header as the credential location, request for access token. It would generate a new token for us, and then we would be sending it. So after I send it, I would have a JSON object coming in with two fields, one with the name and the other field with an ID value. And that ID value I can use it in my get call. So in the get call, it says execution ID, right? So this ID is unique for each document that we are processing. So I just pass this ID and it would give me the extracted or the analyzed data out of our document which was sent. So we would see a complete JSON there with all the extracted values out of the document. So this is what we have seen so far in the last part one call. So any questions so far, or can we get started with the part two contents that I have for you?
I think Shruti, we can continue so that we can finish the entire thing and then we can open the forum for questions.
Okay, okay, all right. Just bear with me for a moment. Yeah, I'll keep this running. I'll just stop sharing for a moment. I have to open the Postman collection.
So in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask, guys. You can take.
Okay, let me share back the screen.
Yep. And you can just click on the side, na?
Okay. So I've just kept my application running. So in the meantime, let's have a look at the simple flow that I've created here. So I've just created a simple flow so that it's easy for us to understand the functionality of what post and get does. So it's a listener here, and I am manually calling a file. So there is a sample file which I've uploaded in my source main resources in the local folder, and I'm reading the file from there, and then pushing it to the IDB. So yeah, before that, uh, let me show you how can we import this connector. 1 minute. Yeah, so sorry for that. I will have to log in. Just bear with me.
Okay, so to process a document, we need to download a connector here, okay, from
Yes.
Exchange.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So the same document action that we have published to Exchange, we will have to be importing it here. It would come in as a connector for us.
Okay, okay.
So whatever we have done in the IDP console, so that's a one-time activity. Now going forward, any similar kind of document if we want to process, so we can use that. I mean, the end result of that console activity is that that IDP API got published to Exchange. Now it's a reusable component. So
In the
any
form of a
similar
connector, basically.
in the form of a connector, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I've logged into the same account where I've published my document action, I see the standards view, right? I can just add it and import it.
So suppose my PO has having more items. In that case, I need to publish it again on Exchange then, right?
Yes. You can create one more document action if you have a new kind of PO which is not matching with the earlier PO. So you can any point of time you can create another document action and you can publish it as a connect.
Okay, but it will different connector, not this one. I can
No,
just
no, it's a different connector because you have to give a name to. I mean, when you start creating the first step, you
yes.
need to give a name of
Okay,
your document action. So accordingly, it will create a connector.
okay, fine, got it. Yep.
Yeah, so I already had one imported for my project. So this is the one I had created, and as we saw, it has two operations in it: post and get. So I'm just using them here. What we do is it's a REST call, and when I make this REST call, it reads the file that is already in my system, and then it is being posted to document action. So for the connector configurations, we'll have to give the host name, which is nothing but the server name. You can right away get it from here. This URL, it's HTTPS. So 443. You give your client ID and client secret. So this is the connected app credentials that we created at our first step. So once that is done, the payload that we are passing is nothing but the document that is to be processed. So I give the document payload here, and then the result out of this, as I said, would be a file name and the ID, right? So I'm just storing the ID in the object store, and in the next get flow, I'm just reading the same ID which we had stored in the object store, and then sending it to the get endpoint. So this would give me the complete result out of the document. So this is now deployed. I'll just run it. So it has picked up the file. I'm just running it in the debug mode so that it's easy for us to see what's happening. So in the payload, I have the ID and the document name. Only the ID would be stored in the object store. And now when I do the get call, so I've got the ID. Yeah. So here you see we have the result, but the status says manual validation required. So this means one of our field did not meet the required confidence threshold, and that is why we will have to review it and manually approve the document. So to do that, we will go back to our IDP.
Just one question, Shruti. So in the
Mhm.
post call, you inserted data into object store, and in the get call, you just retrieved it from the object store, right? That's
Yes.
what you did.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very simple flow that I've created here, but this can be extended definitely. Probably you'll not have a HTTP call always. Maybe a file connector from where you are reading all the new files that is coming in and pushing it to Salesforce or database anywhere. So just for understanding purpose, this is a simple flow that we have created.
Okay. Got it.
In the review task, you see we have got this 1 minute ago. What it says is that these two values, it is not confident enough. The threshold value we had given was 80% and it is 57. So vendor dot head of phone purchase from is this and one. Okay. If you are not happy, you can also be changing it. So vendor phone is nothing but purchased from, which is correct, and buyer is this person, so the phone number matches. So if I'm happy about it, I can say submit and done. It would go away. It says tick and it would just go away. And again, if I'm trying to make a similar call, mm, since I'm not clearing the object store, it should be coming in. Let's see. Yeah. So if the confidence score is all met and has extracted successfully, then the status would be succeeded. So maybe in the real time when you're applying this concept, right, you can have a check here to see what the status is. And if the status is manual validation required, you can send out an email notification for the reviewers so that they'll have a notification and they can go back to the IDP and verify it for us. If not, then directly insert it to your target system. So this is a short, simple flow, I would say, on consuming IDP. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had.
But Shruti, one thing. But suppose the confidence score is not matching, then automated mail is not sent by IDP. It has to be sent by Anypon Studio.
Yes, yeah. We will have
Yeah.
to send it from this directly from the studio. If not, you can always see it in the review task. So there are a lot of tasks that are pending here for the review, right? So if you log in, you will be able to see all the ones that are pending.
Okay. Okay. But I was thinking like the confidence score is not matching, so I thought that IDP would send an email saying that because I know
At
like we
yeah,
have
at
everything
this
reviewed, right?
moment, yeah, at this moment it's not there because the understanding is that your, I mean, IDP will extract the data. It is giving back the data information from your extraction, and it is also saying that whether it's a successful or it needs a manual review. And based on that, I mean, either you can, uh, I mean, if your IDP is part of your integration, as Shruti mentioned, you can do some validation on the integration layer and send a notification so someone manually can come. Or it can be part of your RPA where you can create some manual intervention and RPA bot will take care of that. I mean, that's up to us what we can do, but at this moment we don't have any. I don't think there is any direct notification coming from this IDP
IDP.
console. Yeah, but you can come back and it's actually what is happening now behind the scene when you are providing a document. First of all, this PO and invoice, it's coming as a out of the box standard, but it's actually IDP was behind the scene. Einstein was trained with many PO and invoice documents, and based on that, it actually giving the out of the box template. It is deciding whether it is confident enough about a particular value or not. And whenever we are doing this type of correction and all, it is actually enhance itself. I mean, it's in a way it is still learning, right? So that way we are actually asking that, or maybe sharing the information that I'm okay with that, you can still go ahead. So next time when it will extract the same data what Shruti shows, you will not see that the manual intervention is needed, because now it is confident. Because last time, I mean, Shruti come to the console and pass that that these two values, right? So
Correct, correct.
if she doesn't pass it and change it, so next time again if it get the similar kind of value, again it will ask for a manual review. So that way it will work.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. Thanks, Ananda.
No problem.
Yeah, so guys, if we have any questions, please unmute yourselves. We can take those questions now. So Shruti has shown us like end-to-end flow, how to use IDP, okay, how to process a purchase order, publish it to exchange, and then use it in the studio. Okay, so yeah, it was really very informative session, and so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, guys. Okay, I would take that as a no. So yeah, thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much for coming up with this amazing presentation and like apprising the audience about the latest product offering by MuleSoft, the IDP. And yeah, thank you, Ananda. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I thank you.
And yeah, I mean, this product is still, I mean, it's already available now for use, and it is still group. I mean, there will be many more features added in future, like additional templates will be there. I mean, and right now it's only invoices and PO. We will keep on adding other type of documents also. And currently it support only English language, so definitely there will be other language support. I think German is the next what it's working on. So yeah, so there will be more enhancement, more intelligence, and I hope you all like the tool. Anything if you want to know, feel free to connect with Shruti on me, and we'll definitely get back to you with best of our knowledge.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you,
Thanks
Shruti, once again.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye
Thanks
bye.
Bye.
for
Bye.
joining. Bye bye.
Bye.